Hi, welcome to another tips and tricks video here on Dole Bushes and Castle Dreams. We're so glad you joined us today. Got an exciting video. I am going to be sharing all about one of my favorite resorts. I know I say that about a lot of them, but this one I really love. It's one of the original resorts that was built when Disney World was first built, and it is the Contemporary Resort. Yay! I love this resort for a number of reasons that I'm going to share with you today, along with some other helpful information about the resort itself, so you can make an informed decision if you're trying to decide where to stay, or maybe you're missing Disney and you just want to take a look around the resort, or maybe you've never been there before and you're just curious. All of the above. This video is for you, okay? So first of all, I just want to say, like I said, it is one of the original resorts at Disney World, and it is great, in my opinion, the best, because it is so close to the Magic Kingdom Park. It's actually within walking distance. A lot of people prefer to do that. If they're staying at the Contemporary, it beats the lines of, first of all, getting through paying for parking, finding a place to park, waiting for the tram, going to the Ticket and Transportation Center, waiting for the monorail, and then of course waiting just to get into the park. So it skips I forgot security. Of course, you have to go through security so we stay safe in the parks. So it skips all of those except a security checkpoint, but it's actually shorter because it's just for the resort guests. Or some people go in through the resort, I guess, as well. And then just getting into the park. So if you walk, like, that's a great bonus, in my opinion, to not have to wait in all those lines. And especially when you're coming home too, like, you're not having to wait to go back to the Ticket and Transportation Center and then back to your car and then back to your hotel. Like, you're already there. You just walk and you're there, and it's amazing. The other really cool thing about it is on the monorail line that goes around to other resorts, and of course back to Magic Kingdom and over to Epcot. So the monorail itself goes through the resort. Like, it legit goes through the resort. Like, the resort, the middle of it is open, and you can see the monorail go through, and that alone has been why my kids beg to stay there, just because the monorail goes through. It's such a cool thing. So you can also pick up the monorail from there, and again, you still go through security at the resort, so you don't have to wait in the long lines by the Ticket and Transportation Center, because you'll already be past where they typically check bags and stuff. So that's really nice as well. Although coming back, you are the last stop on the monorail after exiting the park. So usually we take it there in the morning, and then we kind of walk home. I know it's hard because it's the end of the day, so if we're super tired, we don't mind the long monorail ride back to the resort, because, like I said, as soon as you get off the monorail, you're at your resort. So no going to your car and driving and parking and blah, none of that. It's really awesome. So let's take a look at the room. I did get some video for you of an actual room, the one we stayed at the last time we stayed there. So as you enter the room, the bathroom's on the right, could be on the left if you're staying in a different room, but there's double sinks, a nice shower and tub, and of course what I like was that there was a door for the toilet, which just adds a little bit of extra privacy if you're looking for that. And of course a door to the bathroom itself. There were actually two closets. This is one of them, or you could hang your stuff. We've got a little wet bar here with a mini fridge underneath for your drinks and snacks, and a coffee maker to make coffee in the morning, maybe some tea. You could heat up some water. There's a safe in the second closet. There's a TV and a sitting area. That little couch actually pulled out into a single bed, so this room did sleep 5. There's a nice desk, and of course 2 queen-size beds. I believe you can opt for the 1 king-size bed in these rooms as well. But then there's my favorite part, which was the balcony with our incredible view. So there you can see Bay Lake Towers, which is a Disney Vacation Club resort. There's Bay Lake itself, and of course some other rooms for the contemporary. We did request to sleep in the tower. You can do that on your reservation if you'd like. This view was a little bit more. Then they also have like some parking lot views, I think. Like I said, I love the balcony. They do what they call the electrical water pageant, which is almost like a parade on the water with boats that light up and music that's like so loud you can hear it from your room. It's awesome. It's super fun. So if we were at the resort on our days off in the evening, we would go out there and watch it, and it was really cool. Here's a little clip of it so you can see kind of what it looked like. There's also some really great pools. They have a main pool with a water slide. Nearby is a kiddie section or a splash pad, like where you can go if you've got the smaller kids. You can definitely take them right there. It's right next to the pool. It's very convenient. They also have what they call a quiet pool, which doesn't necessarily mean it's quiet, but it's typically quieter than the main pool. So it doesn't have any bells and whistles. It's just a pool. So typically that's more geared for older people, like teens, I guess, sometimes like to hang out there, and adults usually prefer that if they don't have any kids with them. So you can check out those two pools. There's also the Olympiad Fitness Center if you're looking to work out. They've got basketball court, volleyball court, tennis court. They have some outdoor games that you can take advantage of. Pool, and they had a really big Connect 4 game that was pretty fun. They have boats you can rent. You can go fishing. There's just so much that you can do. They also have a kids center, Pixar Play Place, that you can actually drop your kids off if they're 4 to 12 years old. You can drop them off there. It's an extra charge, but if you want to go do some adult things, that's a great place to drop them off and get some babysitting that you know from reputable people, Disney people, that you can do that. That's a great option. There are a number of great restaurants inside the Contemporary as well. The Wave is a really cool ocean-themed restaurant with great food. It's consistently good food. What I like about it is you don't need an advanced dining reservation. It's typically not that busy, so you can usually just go in and you don't have to wait long for a table. And I like that because sometimes a lot of the restaurants in Disney are full and it takes forever to get a table, and some of them you can't get a table at if you don't have an advanced dining reservation. But this is not one of them. So this is kind of in our back pocket if we ever need a place to eat and we forgot to make a reservation, or we just didn't want to make a reservation, we head on over there. There's also Chef Mickey's, which is our favorite character dining experience in all of Disney. It's got the Fab Five. It's in the open atrium in the Contemporary, so you get to like see the monorail go by. It's pretty cool. And it's a all-you-can-eat buffet, breakfast and lunch. And we enjoy the food. It's very kid-friendly food. It's like the typical waffles, pancakes, bagels, like that kind of stuff. So, and they also have a little dessert area too if you want a little sweet stuff in the morning. And the other good thing about it is you get to meet all of the Fab Five, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Pluto, and Goofy, and you don't have to wait in line, which is amazing because I do not like to wait in line if I don't have to, and I don't have to here. So you just sit at your table and they come to you. So you get to eat, relax, enjoy time with your family. While you're waiting, they come over, you get pictures and autographs, and you get to interact with them. It's really fun. Every so often they stop and do a little dance break, and you get to swing your napkins around and just have a good time. Be sure to tell them if you're celebrating. Actually, at any of the resorts at Disney or restaurants at Disney, you tell them you're celebrating something. They usually bring you a treat. It's really nice, and we love going there. This is one of the hardest ADRs to get, though, advanced dining reservations. It's it's one of the hardest to get. So if you are planning on eating there, don't expect to show up at the resort and just be able to get in there. You do want to book it as soon as you can, which is typically 180 days in advance of your trip, which seems like a lot, I know, but it's totally worth it. If you don't have a travel agent, I highly recommend getting a Disney travel agent, Disney certified travel agent. They're free to you to use, and they can handle all of that stuff for you, which is amazing. So you don't have to worry about like how many days until our trip, all that stuff. They can do that for you. If you're looking for a great one, I will provide a link to the one that we use whenever we go. It'll be down in the section below with the info on our video. So you can check that out. We highly recommend her. She's awesome. Just so you know, if any of you do book it at no cost to you, we might get some money from that. It is an affiliate program that we do, but we love her and we've been using her even before we started all of this business. So definitely give her a call or an email if you're looking for some help planning your trip. Let's see, other restaurants. The California Grill. I have to show you this picture. I love it so much. This is me and my fellows at the California Grill, all dressed up. It is a little bit fancy. You do need advanced reservations for this one, because it's the only way you can get up there. And when I say up there, this is a reason why it's one of my favorites, is the view. It's got an amazing view from the restaurant. It's so pretty. So you need an ADR for this one, or they won't let you up there. Because, and here's the other thing, if you do get an ADR for lunch or dinner at the California Grill, then you can go back up for the fireworks, because they have two on either end of the restaurant. They have two open outside areas, balconies, where you can stand and watch the fireworks at the Magic Kingdom, and it's an amazing view. And they pipe in the music that's in the parks too, so it's almost like you're there, but without the huge crowds and crying children and all that stuff. So it's really great, but only if you have those reservations and you eat at the California Grill. So be sure to check that out. The food is amazing. Like I said, it is fancy, which also equates to a little bit more money. So be sure to factor that in too if you plan on going there. There's also the Contempo Cafe, which is great for a quick meal. It's a quick service restaurant. It's got just a regular kind of just Americana food for you to get and pick from. And I just also wanted to mention the refillable mug program that they have. The resorts at Disney do what they call a refillable mug program, where you get a mug like you see in the picture. You get the mug and you can get free refills of soda for as long as you're staying at the resort. It's got a little RFID chip in the bottom so it knows, and the Coke machine reads it so it knows if you're actually staying there or not. It's kind of high tech, kind of cool. But the cups are a little bit on the pricey side, so it's typically not great for shorter stays, but for longer stays, you can really take advantage of that. And they're at like pretty much all of the resorts. You can use them at any of the resorts while you're staying at a resort on Disney property. So those are pretty cool. I just wanted to mention those. The Contempo Cafe does have a refilling station there, so you can use them there. There's also the sandbar, so if you're looking for something to eat while you're hanging out by the pool, you can definitely hit that place up. It's got some snacks and some great drinks you can do while you're out just chilling by the pool, hanging out, And then, of course, there's Contemporary Grounds. If you need a coffee fix, that is the place to go. You can get your morning cup of joe before you hit the parks, or maybe before you go home. Yeah, we don't want to think about that, but it's just a great little coffee shop you can hit. So those are the restaurants at the Contemporary. If you're looking for some shopping, this resort won't let you down. Bayview Gifts is their more upscale little store that they have inside the resort. By upscale, I do mean a little bit more expensive, but they've got nicer things, like more fancier things in there. They've also got kitchenware, clothing, of course, if you're missing like swimsuit or cover up or sweatshirts, like all that they've got there. They also do like jewelry, collectibles, that kind of thing. Paintings, I think they even have some paintings in there. So they've got all of that there. If you're looking for more kid-friendly stuff, they have the store called Fantasia, which is kind of out in the open, a bit more. It feels a little bit less like a store and more like a marketplace. But they've got toys and they've got a really good selection of pins. I usually hit that place up because I love to collect pins. And they just other memorabilia for the park and the resort too. So you can head over there. Also have Fantasia Market, which is just more like a supermarket, only not so big. So it's just got like the kind of the essential stuff, sunscreen, you know, if you need over-the-counter medication, magazines, books, drinks, that kind of stuff. They do sell wine and that I believe beer and stuff like that there. So if you're looking for some of that to put in your little mini fridge in your room, you can head on over there and grab some stuff. So that's a great place to visit as well. I should also mention that at all of the Disney resorts now, you do need to pay for parking if you plan on parking overnight. So if you're renting a car, be sure to plan that additional expense into your budget if you're a budgeter. A lot of people don't think about like that, and the parking at the parks fee either. That's something you're going to have to take into consideration to see if it's right for you, that it will cost. That's just an extra cost that kind of slips by some people. They don't realize it's going to happen. So I just want to let you know so you wouldn't be caught unawares. There's also Disney buses that come to the resort, which can take you all over Disney World. So you can go to other resorts and to the other parks as well. And those are free for you to use for staying at the resort. So if you're looking to do that, if you didn't rent a car, that is a great way to get around. Just be sure you give yourself plenty of time because it can take a while for the buses to come. And after they come, they sometimes make lots of stops. So you need to keep that in mind, that don't plan on going, giving yourself extra time. If you're going to take the bus to get anywhere, it can take a while. So I just want you to be aware of that. There's also the Magical Express. If you're just staying at the Contemporary Resort or a resort on Disney property and you're coming from the Orlando International Airport, they have a service called the Magical Express. And what it does is they send you a little luggage tags to put on your luggage. You have to book it at least 30 days in advance of your trip because of those luggage tags that they send you. They need enough time to get those to you. You put them on your bags, you register to use this service, and so then once you get to the airport, you don't have to worry about your bags. You just head straight to the bus, the Magical Express bus. They pick up your luggage, they take it to your room. It's amazing, okay? You don't have to worry about any of that. And then you don't have to rent a car if you don't want to do that. Like that, if you're looking to cut some expenses, that would be a great way to do it. And then they can take you also back from the resort to the airport, again with the whole bags and all that great stuff. It's an awesome, awesome perk of staying at one of the Walt Disney World resorts. And last, but I don't think it's least, I don't know, maybe it's not important to some of you, but the Contemporary Resort is an amazing place for pictures. I am a huge picture fan. Like, I love to take pictures, and I love to look at pictures that other people take, especially of Disney. Instagram, I'm all over there. Like, we've got our account. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's at Dole Whip and Castle. You should definitely check it out. We love taking pictures, okay? And the Contemporary is the perfect Insta spot. They have so many great places to take pictures. I love this one. I couldn't wait to get a picture here. Of course, the monorail going through. Love that. They've got art pieces in the lobby that are like 10 stories high. It's amazing. And then of course from the balcony up in the California Grill, the fireworks, and just, I mean, it's just amazing. There are just so many great places to take pictures there. So be sure to bring your camera and your smile and somebody to take the pictures, because my kids were like, oh my gosh, Mom, don't make me take another picture. So somebody willing to take your picture, or you can find an awesome cast member, which is anyone who works at Disney, who took quite a few of my pictures because, as I said, my children didn't want to, but that's okay. So yeah, there's always usually somebody around that can take your picture, so don't be afraid to ask a cast member. They're usually more than happy to help. So I hope you enjoyed this review of the Contemporary Resort. I hope you've fallen a little bit more in love with it, because I love it so much. It's amazing. If you stayed there before, you probably want to stay again. If you haven't stayed there before, you probably really want to now, I hope, after this video. But if you have any questions or comments, we love to hear from you. Please put them in the comments below. That's the reason we do this, is for you guys, and we love hearing from you. Also, be sure to check out our other videos. We've got tons of great stuff. We do other tips and tricks like this. We also do copycat recipe videos for when you can't make it to the park but you're craving Disney. Those are great. And we do Disney crafts for bringing that magic home to you. We call them magical home mints, because they're moments that we want at home with that Disney magic. So those crafts are all about that. We also do some bonus videos with travel blogs, announcements, giveaways, all that fun stuff. So be sure to tap the bell after you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that first. And tap the bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. We try to do one once a week. And sometimes we do extra, so that bell is important because it tells you every time we have a new one. All right? So again, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you real soon.